are you so sad?
My dear, I am sad because of the situation of Nigeria. I am sad because Nigeria is the most religious nation in the world and yet the poorest, and yet top among the nations that bandit are disturbing, top among the nations that almost all negative things. Just browse about Nigeria on internet where women are being abused, and women are the one that goes to church most, and yet they are the most abused in the society. Why is all this thing like this? My brother, I think the perfect solution is that we are not really serving God, except we want to deceive ourselves. The church that we are going, all what we are doing, we are not really serving God, or we are serving God partially. We are not really serving God fully. And half truth is non-truth at all. Half truth is non-truth at all. I am sad because of the happening in this nation. Okay, as a sociologist, I understand that Nigerian, the government is not thinking about the poor, extreme poor people, the least. The pastors and church. Yesterday, I was talking to a church, to a pastor in a church. The pastor said that all money, 100% of the money, goes to headquarters. And this is supposed to be one of the most righteous and holiest church in Nigeria. And all the offering, tithe, everything, 100% go to headquarters. Just yesterday, I was discussing it. No one consideration of the poor. Of course, they will tell you that we are considering the poor, but the poor need to write to headquarters. So when the poor write, there will be rigorous screening such that they don't really, everything still goes back to nothing leave the purse of the church, but everything is collected from the poor people hand. Well, Dr. Sunday Adelaja have a different background to this question, have a different background, and that is why we want to go and be reviewing the book Church Shift. Church Shift book. You see, anytime that the poor is being neglected and left abandoned, God is being left abandoned. And when God is not there, everything goes white. The earth will shake where God is not there. The earth will shake for wickedness. Say, have respect upon thy covenant, for the dark place of the earth is full with the habitation of cruelty. So we want to go to Dr. Sunday Adelaja's book, part 6. Part 6. And we want to look at today. We want to look today at go to the list is the topic. Go to the list is the topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this show. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this show where I use broken to interpret Dr. Sunday Adelaja's English, the Dr. Sunday Adelaja's book, to review Dr. Sunday Adelaja's book. And we are on chapter 7. We are doing chapter 7, which means go to the list. Go to the list. Chapter 7 says goes to the list. Start your mission from the list. Do everything to the list. So my brother, make we go dey look at wetin this book talk. Enough of the introduction. Make we go dey look for the lesson wey we gain from this book with our broken English, so that make we fit hit the word well. So the first lesson, but wetin make wey I dey review this book? Make I first of all talk wetin make wey I dey review this book. This book, within the 3 weeks wey im comot, e don become the best seller in the whole world. Can you imagine? Amazon rate this book, say na him be the best seller. Then people like Bill Clinton, Mike Moron, all those kind of people wey dem get correct brain, come dey advise us make we dey read this book. Na im make we want to dey read this book. Make we quickly go to chapter 1, wetin 5 lessons wey we gain from this book. Number one lesson wey we gain from this book simply say God want you, wey me I gain from this book simply say God want you to be rich. God want all the best from you. In fact, you are God. God want anything wey you do make it prosper. God want anything wey you do make it succeed. God wants everything to go well with you. That is chapter 1 lesson. Then chapter 2 lesson wey we learn from this book say, despite the fact say God want the best from you, God want everything wey you want from you, but you need to start from the least. From the least, you need to go to the drunkard, you need to go to the people that smoke, you need to go to mad people, you need to gather people who cannot pay you, you need to go and meet those people who no fit do any good thing for you. Na those people you need to start your vision with. Na those kind of people God want you to start from, even though God want to raise you to the top, even if God want to take you to the highest of the highest. Na those kind of people God want make you start from. And na im make this book title say, go to the least. Go to the least mean say the poorest. You remember Jesus Christ say, in as much as you didn't do this to the least, then I have rejected you. Go into everlasting fire. In as much as you didn't do it to the poor, the sick, the widow, the orphan, all those kind of enfranchised people, you didn't do it for me. Now he make this book say, Dr. Sunday Adelaja, for this book, come they say, to start your mission, go to the list. Forget about your qualification. Don't go to medical doctor, all those kind of lawyers, all those kind of big men, professors, all those kind of people. Go to people wey nobody love. Na there God say make you start from. Na there, that is when you serve God. Na him be the second lesson wey we learn from that book. The third lesson wey we learn for that book be say, learn how to work for free. Learn how to serve people for free. Don't just be expecting money. Make you no just dey expect say you wan collect money. Make you learn how to serve people for free. Because na only when you start to serve people for free, na God go come bless you. All the people wey you dey expect before go start to come benefit. So wetin this passage dey talk be say, learn how to work very hard for free. Learn how to work very hard for free. Start serving people. Start serving people wey dem no fit pay you. Start to dey serve people wey dem no fit reward you. Start to dey serve people wey dem no fit even consider, wey dem no even fit say thank you sef because their brain don knock. Na those kind of people God wan make you start from. People wey dem no fit, dem no dey of your class at all. Drunkard, mad people, all those kind of people. Na so God wan make you start from. Na wetin we learn from the second part of this book be that. Number 4 lesson wey we learn be say, document, dey write down everything wey you learn when you dey poor. When you start all those things, that time be your greatest lesson for life. When you start your mission, na those poor people be the system wey you go build. Because if you wan make Jesus Christ, we be the poor. Jesus Christ say, na me gongo be that poor man. So if you want, na that time you go learn Jesus Christ principle, how to do things wey you no get money to take do them. Na that time you go learn this principle very well. Na him make we dey talk say make you write everything down. Like wetin happen to Dr. Sunday Adelaja be say, this period wey him go to the list, he win one woman, I think Anasa, something like that. This woman, na this woman Dr. Sunday Adelaja record, do everything. Na him and this woman come dey go dey meet other prisoners, other drunkards, other mad people, other people like that. Na him dem come dey win these people very well. So no forget the beginning. Write them down. Na wetin this chapter 4 be that. Then the fifth lesson wey we learn be say, Dr. Sunday Adelaja story. Na be the fifth lesson. He went to the poor. When I said that I don't tell you say Dr. Sunday Adelaja no even understand the language. He no even know the culture. He no even know anything. But he go to the poor. He begin to give them food. He begin to touch them. He begin to tell them that God like una. He start to tell them all this kind of thing. Na him make wey the poor people come dey follow am. The poor people come dey follow am. From when the poor people come dey follow am, they come to him church, na that time rich people come. My brother and sister, today from Dr. Sunday Adelaja church, 34% of the parliament na from Dr. Sunday Adelaja. It's just like wetin we call it's just like wetin we call parliament here. I think parliament, National Assembly for Nigeria. That is where this senator dey, where all these House of Rep dey. 34% of those people come from Dr. Sunday Adelaja church, but he needed to start. He started to go to meet people wey dem no fit give am anything, people wey dem no fit feed, people wey dem no person wey no fit chop, how im go take give you offering? Person wey no fit do all those things, how im go take give you? Na those kind people Dr. Sunday Adelaja meet. And today the man dem dey call the man for USA, dem dey call am for China, dem dey call am for everywhere, but he no start like that. Him first of all go to the list. Na wetin make God no leave am be that. Na wetin make God no leave am be that. God come down and blessed am by himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, that was the Pidgin English, Nigerian Pidgin English that I used to bring to you this Dr. Sunday Adelaja book, because that is a gap that I see. Wow, and I love doing that. I thank all my supporters and everybody, especially Mr. Kenneth. Thank you very much for your support, and please do help me share. Subscribe to this channel, please, and help me share. My YouTube channel is El Shaddai Wisdom for African Transformation. Please do subscribe, share. Thank you, and God bless. Until next tomorrow, I remain your lovely host, Oyekan Oluwole Basi.